we're at 1:30. Let's call to order this meeting in Parks and Rec, September 2nd. We're going to start with the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hello.
Oh, man.
Just in time.
Hello, Joe. How are you?
Fine, how are you?
Good, good.
You have a good summer?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, let's do roll call. We can start with you.
Joe Schofield here, present.
Camera's on.
Paul Leogrand.
Bill Smargrove.
And Frida?
Awesome. Public comments. Anyone online? Anyone? Hello? No? All right. No one online. Action log review. You don't have, is the link there?
You put in the action.
It's not, but I thought I saw a note saying that everything on it was completed.
Oh.
Everything was completed, but
Yeah,
we
I
need,
thought,
yeah.
on George's note.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to click on it just to go look, and part of it could be that I got a new computer, so I'm struggling, but I couldn't open it up. So I didn't get a chance to go look at it, but I know right as we stopped for the summer, I did go update it after that last meeting, and I do remember us talking about the things are complete, but I have to figure out why I can't open the things up. I can see the link, but I can't access it for some reason.
It's a Google Sheet, right?
Sorry.
Is it a Google Sheet?
Yes.
Maybe are you signed in with Gmail first?
Yes.
Okay, if we can't open it back up though, I'll tell you what, although
See
we
if
don't
you
have it
can
on
do
the
it, and then
sheet.
I know it's me.
Yeah, I'll see if I can do it, and then we'll make sure, Carrie, I'll email you and Georgia with the link, so we're sure that it's in
The next one.
yeah, so we can always get to that because we're gonna need it again, okay? Awesome.
So,
This is from May 6th, the meeting minutes. I went through it. I didn't see anything odd. I'd like to make a motion to approve the meeting minutes from May 6th, 2025.
This is Tamara. I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, great. And I'll fill that in. And we also have June 3rd, right, Carrie?
correct.
And I'll make a motion. I did review those. This is Tamara Zahn. I'll make a motion to approve those minutes for June.
Paul Leogran, I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Passes, okay. So meeting minutes are good. Look at the financial report from July. Okay, so if we take a look down below pool, the 33 for, that was just for landscaping for July? Or that's year to date? Okay,
Year to date.
sorry.
This is annual budget, year-to-date paid, anything left or encumbered. It's usually for items that are contractual, that mowing, open lands and
Yeah.
stuff.
And so what month is this for? Because the budget is for October to the end of July.
Correct.
But this is, so
No,
for our,
the budget is from October to the end of September.
oh,
So this is showing from October to the end of July,
okay.
year-to-date
Okay.
paid.
So I just,
It started October 24.
got it. So I was just looking at the trash removal. Is that something that gets paid at the end? Because we haven't really used much at all of it. And it's only got a quarter left. 2 months, is that?
Well, all we
Just
have
cheaper
left is
this
this
year?
month. But yeah, we might have more coming, more. In the summer, June, July, and August
Eric,
is
can you
very
blow
little.
that up a little bit? I'm sorry, I can't
Can't
see.
see.
No.
Oh,
See, I was just looking at, we've only spent 459 of the whole 5,000. That's,
yeah, hasn't all been paid yet.
Okay.
They send us a new one, they send us at end of September, well, close to now, and then you'll see that number go tremendously down. This is here at the soccer area, so I know they're not, it's a lot of trash.
What happened to the irrigation? We're at 308% negative for the budget of irrigation.
oh, wow, R&M.
RM irrigation, what's that?
Oh, that's over here. We had some irrigation issues with the soccer fields, and they had to get a new box. They updated it because it was kind of ancient.
Okay, so that's maintenance, that's not just irrigation costs, that's,
Buying the electrical parts, yes.
okay.
When we went from Mainscape to JSM, that actually handles this type of turf,
Yeah,
we made some major, they had to come out and dig all kinds of new heads and stuff because of, we didn't understand why there was a bare spot. Well, whoever did it before,
right.
lock it down and everything would die. So we decided, so they came out here, they'd done a lot of work, and now we have it actually a box where it's easier to, if we need to water something, boom, it's all computerized. It's a lot easier than going out there and trying to adjust.
So there's also sod installation at the dog park.
We didn't do any sod installation this year.
You didn't do any.
Some stuff like irrigation, we spent a lot more money, but we might not have spent money in another area, and that'll kind of offset that. That's our whole budget, so.
What happens to that at the end of September? Does that roll over or no? Does it get absorbed?
Operating does not roll over.
Operating does not roll over.
So we changed our landscaping company? Did I hear you say that we changed from Mainscape to someone else?
Mainscape used to do, about a year and a half ago, we changed it over from just the turf Bermuda fields.
Sports.
Just the sports fields.
Oh,
We went
okay.
from Mainscape to JSM, who handles Bermuda fields. They handle a lot of the
okay.
Lee County parks, and they handle.
That was just for the soccer field?
Just for the soccer
Oh,
fields.
oh, okay, so Mainscape's still the main,
Yes.
Yes.
okay, thank you.
Now, the capital projects at the bottom, that rolls over.
Okay.
Any other questions? We don't approve those, do we? I don't think we approve them, we're just. Next tab, to the left, oh no, maybe not. There it is.
So, here we are. We have to appoint, hello, this is Carrie Runyon, Parks and Recreation. We need to have you guys appoint a vice chair to the Parks and Recreation Advisory Committee. Ed Moore resigned in June due to the fact that he is now teaching school. He got his degree and he's out teaching out in Lehigh, so
That is a 2-year position. Is that a 2-year position?
I have no idea.
It says, I think it says that on here,
this-
elected for
No,
2
no,
years.
Ed, do you serve concurrently with your
It's
membership?
2 years, I believe.
It is
so.
2 years. It's a 2-year term.
Did he complete his?
He had
So-
just started.
just
We just
started.
lo-
It just started.
voted him in, back
So for
in.
practical purposes, the clock starts when the new person is appointed.
Right, well, the term starts when the new person is appointed regardless.
Correct.
You don't fill out.
Right, you don't
the
fill out,
remaining-
there's not an official term that you fill out, you're not
Right.
stepping in.
No.
Whoever is,
The clock starts
Yeah.
again. Okay.
And that's something that you guys have to put a motion in and all that stuff, so. So, first of all, you got to have any suggestions? Does anybody want to step up and make any recommendations?
I can't, folks, so it's all up to you all.
You're not allowed to vote?
No one else, I mean,
I'm president.
he's already the chair.
I can't.
He's the chair
yeah, I'm
guy. He
chair.
can't be the
I
chair,
can't be
so he
vice
can't be
chair
vice
too.
He doesn't
You
want to
can vote.
exert any pressure. on
I can
anybody.
vote, but I can't.
He can vote, but he,
Yeah, okay.
Maybe, we'll see.
You are, right?
so we have 4 people left, Ken, Bill, Joe, or Tamara.
I would say let's start in who would like to be.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Not
I'm
everybody
not
wants-
qualified, quite frankly, at this
What?
point.
My friend. Qualifications, come on.
I'm actually pretty green on this committee, too.
Me too.
I somewhat concur.
I think we all are green.
Well, what are the duties and response? I mean, we kind of know, but is there, it's just
Going
somebody
through-
steps
Are there
into
any
your
additional
shoes?
I mean,
duties?
primarily it's if I'm absent, you're running the meeting.
On the meetings and,
You would do the reports, I believe, if I were out, right? So let's say,
Monthly report.
or that needs to be submitted, you'd do that. It's not a tremendous amount of additional
I'll
time.
volunteer to take that. Anybody else? Unless somebody has a real desire, I'm happy to step back.
All right. You guys have to make a motion, and
I would like to make a motion that Tamara. President?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye. I second the motion.
There you go.
Aye. Congratulations.
Oh, yeah.
Congrats, there you go. It's as easy
Where's
as
that bottle of champagne?
Here we are.
Oh, Leo coached me along.
Paul just told me he's gonna be gone for about 6 months.
Oh,
I'm gone for 6 months. Have fun, y'all.
Now let's really hear what the position entails.
Yeah, now I'm gonna really share with you.
Gee, you know, the positive is Tamara already does this, some log paperwork, so it's really nothing.
Learning, yeah.
She actually sounds like she knows. what
And I might say, hey, if Paul's not able to, I say, hey, can you do the monthly report?
Absolutely, yeah.
And you could send her kind of a suggestion. You could
Have a
it's
suggestion
not
of
that
what you do and I
difficult,
can mimic it, yeah.
somebody else to call.
Yeah.
So.
Perfect. Okay, cool.
All right, so
Great.
this is Carrie Runyon again, Parks and Recreation. We're going to go over a couple things. I put 3 items on the agenda today. One is overview of recreation facilities and access policies, and what that entails is the motion, make a recommendation to the Board of Supervisors regarding the district parks and recreation facilities and programs. So we got a administrative building and a park being built right now. If you haven't had the opportunity, you can always stop over at the pool and I can kind of give you an idea. You could peek over the fence and I can kind of show you what's going on. They cleared a lot of land and they've laid some piping down. So they're moving right along. Next thing will be, they'll be moving some right behind the pool office. They're going to be moving dirt over there, grading it so that we can have the company come in and put the playground in. So that'll be the next adventure. They have to move the trailer a little bit and then we'll be able to do that part. They have adjusted the fencing already to prevent anybody from going into the construction area from the pool. So they're in preparation of putting that playground in. So currently the background, I'm going to kind of throw some background out there for you so you know what we're talking about. The pool allows for residents and their guests to use the facility for free. They just need to show some type of identification that they live in Gateway. And then they're able to get a membership card, and they use that card to come into the pool. The dog park is for residents and non-residents of Gateway, and they pay a fee for a card pass to enter. The site will allow for residents and non-residents to use the facility via programming, soccer, flag football, through a contractor or a vendor, however you want to call it. There's going to be added facilities to the Commons Park, the new Commons Park. There's going to be pickleball, padel ball, basketball. There's going to be some pavilions. There's going to be a few meeting rooms, playground, and an entranceway to the pathway along the power lines. So there could be a financial impact, meaning revenues and expenses, depending on the recommendation to the Board of Supervisors. Expenses suggest something like a new computer software program to meet the needs of the scheduling of the pickleball courts, memberships, pavilions, soccer fields, bocce courts, rooms, all those items, so we can make sure that we schedule these people. And then the revenues would be the fees adopted by the Board of Supervisors from any non-residents for use of the pool, courts, et cetera. So our recommendation, Gateway, programs offered to Gateway residents for a minimal to no cost. That's any programs that we offer. It could just be the use of the courts. It could be a actual program where, like we had Lee Health come in last week. They did a lecture series. We had about 32 people in here, and that was for free. We also have other programs that we might have, like a chair yoga program, and that for residents would be free. Those are some kind, what I'm talking about. So the non-residents would have to pay a fee to be able to use these facilities. And this happens a lot in your city entities. You have a resident and a non-resident fee. And even if it's an independent contractor that comes in and teaches chair yoga, we would have some type of fee, probably a minimal fee for that program, especially for your non-residents. Pickleball courts, rentals by residents would be available during prime time. So prime time is usually, it's like tennis, 7:30 to about 12. And then again from 4 to 7. So it's later in the day, earlier in the morning. And then your non-residents, I would say between the hours of 12 and 4. And these are some of my suggestions. Commons pool, right now the residents pay no cost to use the pool. Yeah, right. So non-residents that want to use the pool would pay an annual fee, not a daily fee, but an annual fee. So right now, until October 1st, and Joe probably knows this, part of Pelican Preserve if they wanted to come over, they would have to pay an annual fee of $120. But starting October 1st, they get to come over and use the pool if they want to for no cost. So that's changing because. So.
We pay to play.
Huh?
We pay to play.
Yes. So these are some of the things that I wanted to kind of talk to you about. I had the fee schedule. Let's look here. I'll blow this up because I know, Paul, you can't see this.
Thank you.
You're not
Thank
the
you.
only
It's in
one.
between my bifocals too. Thank you.
So
45 and my eyes went to garbage.
here's kind of what our fee schedule is now. And what you could see is under Parks and Recreation, you see the annual Commons Pool Pass free, $2 for Gateway residents. You see unassessed. It's right now, it's unincorporated Lee County Gateway boundary only. They pay $120.
Do we have some of those now?
Not right now.
We don't have anyone outside paying,
I don't think so.
but we do have people from outside.
As a guest.
Yes.
Yes.
So
So if you bring your family members to the pool because they're in town.
That's cool.
It's a guest. Replacement Commons Pool Pass, and then you got a Commons Pool Facility rental. So you got, this is the Lanai area, then you got a Funbrella rental. And this is, if a lot of these is birthday parties for the kids, but I did have a couple adult ones. Then you got your resident, non-resident dog passes. You can see the difference. Then replacement pass. Then you have your miscellaneous. So field rental fee. Let's say there's a Frisbee golf group that wants to come and rent the field one, or they want to come rent a couple fields and have like a little mini tournament. I could actually charge them that fee because it's not soccer, it's not flag football, it's something out of the ordinary. I could charge them that fee if I needed to. Facilitron is the reservation that you make on Facilitron, is the software that you use right now. The county schools uses it too. It's hard to, everything is long and cumbersome trying to get through and change stuff, but we use that right now. You can see the league rentals for the fields, and yes, the flag football people they pay these the contractors for flag, for soccer, they pay these fees. Only people that get free is your charter high school if they need to come and use the field for a soccer game, which we've done that. They've had a couple. The men's was over there, and we had the girls. So, there's your field rental fees. Those are all spelled out. You got your light fees. Then for your like flag football and soccer contractors, there is a bathroom cleaning fee. So they get charged that per league per season. So for us, going in there every single day and cleaning up the messes, yes, they get charged. And then we have these, right now we have pavilions that are here. We have 2 out here now, but there's going to be 3 more at the new Commons Park. And these are the fees that are associated with them, which people are going to love because that'll give more opportunities for these little gatherings. I've had people go out there and use the pavilions. In my past life, I had a group to go out there and they played guitars. They had 2 guys that played guitars, and they would play for about an hour. People would come wandering around, and the next thing you know, now it's a big thing. It's huge. People put their chairs out. They have this it's like a band now. So it starts small and then it kind of blossoms, and that'd be kind of cool to have out there. So those are the fees that are existing. Yes, ma'am.
Is that the future pavilions, or do you say there's some going on now?
We have some right here. We have at Sherman Soccer.
Oh,
We
okay.
have one over here by the playground, and we have one at the.
I didn't realize that. Okay.
Yep. In fact, I think this one's is rented in September. They start, when it starts cooling down, they start getting rented. Yeah, it's too hot during the summer. Summertime, they use the pool. Wintertime, they go over here. So I want to kind of give you some ideas of what we do have and what we are charging right now before we go on to making some recommendations to go further.
Annually, what do we pull in on fees?
Solitron?
No, I mean, yeah, fee-wise, as far as,
Fee-wise? Right now, through Facilitron, it's probably over $150,000.
pretty good.
Quite a bit.
Where are those funds going here?
They go back to the general fund.
Not in Parks and Rec? They just go back to the general? Well, I mean,
That's how it works?
that's how it works.
Yes, because we fall under general fund. We offset some of the operational costs.
But it would, maybe not an official proposal right now, but something to keep in mind. It would be nice if we could offset back to us slightly to budget what we
Specifically
want to
Parks
do.
and Recreation.
Right, right.
Yeah, I
Parks and Rec
agree.
is pulling it in. I understand, but. if
We can
Parks-
pay the big guys an administrative fee,
Right.
but then the money,
Or a percentage or something, but, I mean, if we're working to, have these facilities attended and they fall under Parks and Rec, then, I don't know.
I want you to think also, all these things that we're going to be talking about today, now, this pavilion, this park opens up, let's say, May, June. It's still going to be me, Parks and Rec, and I have 4 part-time staff.
Right.
Okay, so,
And it's a concern.
yeah, so there's going to have to be, yes, some change, some adjustments, some recommendations. I want you guys to start thinking about that. Okay? New budget. So you got to start thinking this in January when you come back from holiday break. Start thinking about what the possibilities are for the new fiscal year starting in '26. But we want to get through this first, and then that'll be coming up. Okay?
Carrie, when's the proposed opening of this?
They state April-ish, but there's a lot of things, April 26th, but there's a lot of things that, have to go through it, get things, permits approved, everything has to be done and approved and walkthroughs and all that stuff, so.
But you may end up going from April to January.
Well, April to October
Okay.
1st.
And Carrie, can I get some clarification? For our action in January, you said start thinking about some of these changes. Are we specifically talking fees for the new amenities or?
That's what we're going to talk about today, is we're talking about the new facilities. If the first one was to offer residents or non-residents the opportunity to use these facilities, and what your thoughts were, and any programs that we're going to put into place. And it's going to start off like 3 to 4 programs for the new, and we'll see how it goes. And it has to, as we get moving, we might think of something different. But 3 to 4 probably before the new year, and then we'll think up some newer ones as well. Because you can't do them all in one shot. It's just, you got to ease people into it. Just like this lecture series that I have going on every other month with Lee Health. We do it every other month now, August, October, and then we'll do one in January. We had 32 people last week. And then we'll have another one in October. And then once all this, the new building, we're going to move it over there. And then will be opportunities for a larger group. So people like to hear about their health and what they can do to change their health.
Yeah.
We have a new one coming up. It's called Kicking the Sugar Habit. So that one's coming up in October. So, but what we're doing today is kind of just trying to figure out if we're going to continue with residents at no cost for these programs, and then kind of push the non-residents in there to pay a fee. And we don't have to decide the fee right now. This is kind of general. We can go through like court sports. We can go through pickleball. What are your thoughts? Programs in the building. What are your thoughts? And there's going to be some programs like a walking program that I'm not going to charge anybody because they're going to be marked and you guys are going to keep track of yourself. But there is some things that I'll have where you go inside of a building and you take a program. And I want to know if residents versus non-residents, we got to decide, we got to push this up to kind of give the board an idea of what we want to see.
My initial thought is that residents should not be charged because we are charged already, right? I don't like the idea of being charged twice for an amenity. Now, that being said, there are some things that have additional costs. Like when you're talking about programs and you're talking about bringing people in, vendors, skilled professionals, whoever it is, like a course or a class, there's obviously, that needs to be covered, right? So maybe something like that would be, yes, there is a fee for all that attend, and it's different for residents versus non-residents, right?
I agree.
Where,
Is there a fee that can even be used to pay an outside vendor rather than asking a resident or non-resident, asking a resident to pay? Is there a fund that could be dipped into to pay?
oh, you mean like, are there funds? Like,
Yeah.
I don't think there's funds allocated at this point, but it goes back to what I said before about, why can't we recoup some of these fees back into our budget
And if
where
there was
then we
such a-
could sponsor a speaker or, so, and then, so Parks and Rec become a little more active as far as sponsoring these events where it's like, okay, this is actually put on by us. We're bringing in so-and-so for this discussion, and it's free, right? We've covered it. But we could go back and forth depending on what the event is for those specific things. I think the other things, like as far as pickleball and amenities that we're building in, you already pay those dues. That's a benefit of living in Gateway. You come to live in Gateway because of these amenities, and we already all pay for that, so.
I agree.
I 100% agree. I don't know if you go to some of these financial meetings that they have, but you start charging people and they're paying taxes, you're going to have one battle. That's a bitter pill to swallow.
And that's for residents. What do you?
That's for residents,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So,
I would say for non-residents, these fees are listed here, but I'd say that there'd be an increase on fees for non-residents, right? I feel that we have not done a good job over the years kind of making that determination, like what is available to residents versus non-residents, right? The pool specifically, there's a lot of scenarios where non-residents attend that pool. So is that okay? Well, okay, sure. Are they paying the fees? They're not, right? We're clear on that. So I think we need to do better as far as, I don't want to open up this can of worms regarding security, but I think we need to invest a little more on infrastructure and security to allow residents to be the primary people that these amenities are for, and the overflow is addressed for the people outside the community. Right? Because what will happen too, and this is what I'm fearful of, is that, okay, it's really cheap to get a season pass to the pool in Gateway, which is not used too often, right? We're charging $120. Great. So we make a little bit of money on allowing people to come in that overwhelm the capacity of the pool, where now the residents aren't going to use the facilities anymore. So I think we need to increase those prices. If you're coming in from the outside, and because this pool is so great, because our amenities are so excellent, we're willing to share them. But the expectation is that, you're going to pay for them.
I think that's the key point right there. We don't have any facilities right now. We share. We have a swimming pool, that's it. We're finally going to have something that is going to be worth sharing. And I'd like to see what the number of people in Gateway might show up. And then assess that, and then based on opening it up, if indeed you can, because that's not a huge area over there. And if you invite outsiders, I'm using that a little pejoratively, I'm sorry, but if you invite other people in, they could overwhelm the facility quite easily, I think, even though it looks like there's a lot there. It'll dissolve in a hurry. Plus, you've got a huge security issue.
Right.
When I heard there might be a back gate on the power, I love that idea because I come from Hampton, so I could sneak in that. But you did that for me. But the bottom line is that has already been a security issue for Hampton Park, because we have kids coming in through the power lines into Hampton Park. Because they do that very easily. So I'm a little concerned about the security issue. Who's going to get in this access? How you going to limit that? We don't want to have a security guard around. And that key fob might work fine sometimes. But
And I can tell you that the resident of Gateway Greens, we keep up to use certain of the facilities. Whole gates, people just run away, and it's always work.
It doesn't always but
It's a
it's a
deterrent.
deterrent, right? It's a deterrent. It's more difficult than just hopping a fence. You know what I mean? If you're gonna go out of your way to, coerce someone to open the gate for you, I mean, come on, that's a lot of work, right? So you really want to get in there for what? So I think it's a matter of deterrence as opposed to like keeping it on lockdown, right? We're not going to have guard lookout stands. Making sure the perimeter is taken care
So
of.
my feeling is we need to assess the community and ease into the others later. For instance, if I offered a drawing class, because I used to teach art, say I would charge the fee. You would charge me a facility fee, probably. Or that, I mean, that's just an example. And hopefully those things happen. They're allowed to happen because then we can build a pretty significant brochure of different activities.
Yeah, I agree with everything that's been said. And then on the classes that you were talking about, I mean, any program, whether it's YMCA or this, that lets other people in additional class or even a gym membership, you pay the gym membership, but whenever you bring someone else in, they'll let the public come in too, even if you don't have a gym membership, but it's more. Like maybe for the members, it's $10 for that particular event, but for non-members, it's 20, whatever the case may be. So I agree with that. And
Resident, non-resident fees.
yeah,
Okay.
for those classes and programs.
I
That's
totally agree
Tamara.
with that. If you live in Gateway and you're going to take friends to the pool, I don't have an issue with a minimum charge for each one of your friends coming in, even if it's family. I think they do that over in Pelican now because the pools can get overcrowded. And historically, I've been in communities where we've had pools and we paid a fee, and if we brought someone in, we paid $1 or $2 or something. It was something we paid. They
Guest
just
fee.
didn't walk in for free. And yeah,
I like that.
minimum,
I
but,
like that idea.
but
I-
it's
I
a
do.
minimum fee that nobody's going to complain about, but it's something they'll think about for a second or two.
I like that idea. My concern goes back to what you said earlier, Carrie, where it's you and 4 people, right? So how do you handle that type of situation at the pool? Because, I mean, you have a key, right? And I have 2 friends. Well, somebody's going to need to have the conversation, right? Like, are you or are you not a resident? They're going to say, of course we are. and then you're going to have to verify it. And then you're going to have to ask for their names. And then you're going to have to put them in someplace to verify that they are. Like, there's a lot of work involved in that.
And I really don't want to have I want to start off with a annual fee, not a daily fee. I don't have a way to take cash
Right,
into the
right.
facility.
And,
Cash-
and I was going to say that too. We don't want you to have cash in that room.
Cash is a real
right?
big issue.
Yeah, we don't want that scenario to go down. Definitely not. So I do like the idea of the annual fee. The problem is with guests, I don't think there's a mechanism in place to,
Now, when they pay for the, like, birthday parties and stuff, they pay $100 to use that facility. So they're paying for their guests to be there, to tell you the
Right.
truth. So that is a plus. Just like, I had a group that had the Funbrella, and they rented it for a birthday party. They paid a fee to have their guests there. There was a reason. So they are really paying a resident fee to use that facility for like a birthday gathering. So my biggest thing is to get out of this, what you guys are pretty much saying, I'm going to try to summarize this, is you want your residents to still have the the fee, there is no fee for the residents to use the facilities, but maybe there might be a minimal fee for a class or a program that
program.
Or you're paying
continues.
for someone to,
Because you're paying for the contractor to be
yes,
there.
yes.
Right.
The contractor has to get paid.
And then a non-resident would be like a double fee, like they would have to pay more, and you would
have to pay
agree
more.
to that.
yep.
And then we would talk about a pool a non-resident annual pass fee versus, we're not talking about dailies, we're talking an annual, which we've had that on the books already.
Yeah.
So that's not any different.
When you issue, if I wanted to go to the pool, I'd have to show them that I'm a resident of Gateway.
Correct.
Then they're going to issue me a pass.
Card, yeah, and it's good for
a
1
card,
year.
Which I would keep on my person, and when
Yep.
I come, I would show it to them. Does that get issued to a family, or does that get issued to each person within the family?
It's per
Two
family.
per unit.
Per unit, per household.
It's one per household.
Well, you can actually have
Two cards.
up to
Cards if you
two.
wanted, yeah.
Oh,
You can have
okay.
2 cards up to 1 household.
But if they had 4 people in the household, they all could come in on that one?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Who's to say it's,
And you don't really show it to
And that's
anybody,
the
you
issue,
just, it's like a
right?
fob.
Like
You-
that's the
anyway.
ultimate
Okay.
problem. And listen, like beyond that, you're always gonna have, you have to be able to get out, folks, right? You gotta, without swabbing out, you have to be able to get out the doors, which means that somebody could always hold the door open for somebody else. So it's not a matter of like, again, locking it down to the, like, we know people are opening the door for people, right? That's just part and parcel. Maybe we catch it, maybe we don't. We're not going to solve for that no matter what, but we do need to put the policies in place like, hey, just so you all know, like if you're, if you're outside of the community, you do need to pay for the annual. How will you be paying for that today? We could get them there too. It's just,
My thought was if you issued every person in the household a card, children, whatever, they all can come in and show their card. If somebody doesn't have a card,
Right.
they would be a guest. You could write the number down and
but from a
I don't know.
management
Then you're
perspective-
talking about, managing that from
management
every
perspective,
single
it's
person. Right
huge.
now, they just scan the fob and open. Nobody has to see it.
Yeah.
So now you're talking about a full-time person watching the
there.
front gate.
And it gets into like children,
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
can,
one other problem with it is that they don't last forever. They have to be updated.
right.
Every
So-
year.
Every year, so you
gotta
add
come
that
in,
into the
hand
mix.
it in. Yeah.
Because
So
Expensive.
your card
you're
doesn't work.
going from, we have however many units, 7,500 units, you're going from that and now you're multiplying that by 8 or
Yeah,
6.
yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot,
Yeah.
And,
Just,
Well, I'm just throwing these out so we can
Yeah.
discuss them and
oh yeah, no,
You know,
no,
for
it's
sure.
good to talk
a
about.
lot
it,
aren't
yeah.
valid probably, but I remember when I was a kid, we belonged to a pool, everybody in my house had a card.
Had a card.
So if I went with my brother, he had to have his card, and if he
Yeah.
didn't, I could go, "Bleh,
Yeah.
I'm swimming today." And they did charge, but I suspect back then, cash was not a big issue. They gave him $1 or $2, and
Well-
some kid was there taking the money, and
Has anyone ever been to the Jersey Shore?
Ever.
Never.
I don't remember
Well,
1 second of it, but I know I was there.
You're there. Well, I'll tell you, they had day passes, right? To get on the beach, you had
Yes.
to pay a day pass, no matter who you were. If you were walking, you had to pay, and they gave you little tags that you would just put on your bathing suit, right? Just day pass. I mean, could we do something like that? Carrie says no.
Oh,
but-
that'd be a lot.
But then it goes back to just the nightmare of it all, right? And
You're going to have to
not
sort of
having the staff.
stand there.
So
Right.
how is it working now? I mean, has it been, if it's working fine
Yes, you know
now?
what?
It's not working fine now,
Oh, it's
Well,
not.
but it's working.
It's not
not
traumatic.
perfect.
You might have one issue every 2 or 3 months.
Sure.
It's not like there's something every weekend. Like this past weekend, everything was fine. We didn't have any issues, any concerns.
You know, I always look at this from a business standpoint. In business, the accountants always have this one line item called scrap. You just write a certain percentage off and say, that's
Right.
life.
It is what it is.
and
Exactly.
You don't worry
You-
about it. You
It costs
just
too
move
much
on.
to have a
Right.
100% perfect system,
Right.
you
It
know?
costs- and
Outweighs
that's-
There is
Yeah.
no perfect system.
Yeah.
Return on investment becomes nothing.
However, my concern grows when we're talking about opening up all of these facilities, right? And who has access to everything. I'm still a little not sure of how we're going. Like, if you have access to the pool, do you also have access to pickleball? If you have access to pickleball, do you also have access to
See, that's the
to
program.
tennis?
See,
Or do you,
I was kind of like talking to Civic Plus, and their suggestion was, the address they put in, you'll have it as resident versus, and then non-resident because of their address.
Yeah.
So when they go to pay, If it's $0 for a resident and it's $20 for a non-resident, it'll pop up as $20 and they have to
Yes.
pay it.
That's what, yeah, that makes sense. But to answer your question, I would think one fob should open all the things that are free for a resident. You don't want a resident having 10 fobs to figure
No.
out, oh, I need that one to go, oh, I didn't bring my pool fob, I only brought my
Well-
pickleball fob, you know?
But, however, you do want to be able to say who's using what.
Yeah, you should. It
Should
with
be
that
able to have a
fob, it
line.
should
It
be
should
able to,
say
if you're gonna
pool.
scan,
Should say pool, you can have
So at
room,
the, okay, so at the
pavilion,
different
yeah.
areas, you would scan.
a different thing, yes, that's what I was
Okay,
visioning,
okay, okay.
yeah.
Me too,
Okay.
as long as that happens, right?
Right.
Interesting.
Are there any companies that professional in handling municipal parks and recreation and developing schemes on how to?
programs for that software?
Yeah,
Yes. I'm narrowed it down to two. I've looked at all what it entails, what they can, what they can't do. I'm going to start having meetings with one of them this week, and I'm going to probably get another one next week to kind of narrow it down, which one we're going to go for, to help us with this, because otherwise you're going to be running around. I mean, you're going to know the everyday people that come to the pool. You know those, and you see their face, you kind of know them. Same thing with these programs. You're going to see, like the aerobics. You got the same ladies. We're getting more people, but you're going to see them like they came to the last week, the Lee Health thing. You saw a lot of the same customers. A lot of the same residents came. So you're going to get to know them. And a lot of times your residents tell you things.
Sure.
And, they give me the look, or, they come up to me and tell me exactly what's going on. So, I mean, they're there, they help you. So that's what you also have to lean on, so.
It seems to me that most people that might be trying to get in would be in groups, not singles.
No,
I
it
mean,
is groups.
I don't want to go to somebody's pool by myself, so it's going to be,
It always is
So it's
usually,
kind
the
of
ones I've
obvious.
dealt with, always a group.
Listen, and I'm using the pool as an example, bringing this all up, but I'm more concerned with the pickleball scenario because people look for pickleball availability, right?
bocce ball too.
Right,
you
yeah,
know,
sure.
And you can have 8 people show up and.
Easy,
and-
right? So,
And I live with
But with
it
the
every
fob,
day
that should be easy.
at Gateway Greens,
Greens, yeah.
because as a club member, I pay a fee to use the court, and
Right.
yet there are people who are using the court,
right,
gain the benefit, and they're not
Well,
members.
that's why you fence off the pickleball.
right, right,
You have an access key to get in there.
yeah.
Yeah, the access key would work, like say my daughter's community does that, and I used to go there all the time, now I don't, because you need a fob, and I'm like,
Right.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, and I think that's, to that point, as far as opening up access, Carrie, like I mentioned it before, maybe the idea of, community first, right? And then as we progress, so let's just take pickleball, we open it up for the community, we could be overwhelmed with just us in the community, right? And then maybe that's a facility feature that we don't open up to the outside just because we're already booked solid
Inundated,
all the
right.
time.
Yeah.
So, would you like to do that for 6 months to see how
Yeah,
things
whatever-
roll?
Reassess it, you
And then
could,
reassess,
Yeah.
then we sit down and we talk about it again.
Right.
I mean, if
I
it's
think that's a
empty,
very smart idea.
you definitely want to
Yeah.
expand it then.
Right.
Keep
we could
everything
even
for
invite
residents only.
pickleball players to come in and talk after 6 months and go, hey, how full is it? Are you having a hard time as a
Right.
resident,
Yep. That's great.
Okay. All right. We beat that one up pretty good.
Yeah, we beat
I have
it.
a question about the dog park, because I don't have a dog, so I'm not real sure where it is. Is it,
Well, correct. Right now, it's right down to the end of the street here.
okay.
Okay? They're wanting to take that dog park and move it over to the commons in the,
That's the new map that's already been revised, huh?
it's been revised. They want to move it over in this corner here.
Okay.
That's in the back corner. Yep.
All right.
Far is that? I know that a big concern with the dog park is the amount of, the distance as far as walking from the lot. How far, do we know how far that is?
I really,
50 yards?
maybe.
Yeah.
Well, don't they walk their dogs too?
No, they put them in the park and let them run.
We're promoting exercise here. Right a lot.
That's just-
I think they should have to park a lot farther than that.
I think they should walk that out to the new,
All I'm saying is,
Walkway
I remember
along
being
the
in a
power
meeting
lines.
one night in this room about the dog park, and that was the
Yes,
concern.
yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, that was really fun.
The next agenda item that we're going to talk about is the actual programs that I've come up just to start off when the facility opens, and then some of the new ones for 26, 27, so we can maybe move forward with them. So a little background, Gateway Services, CDD, Parks and Recreation, hasn't really had any opportunities to have any inside activities because we don't really have, this is it, this is your room. We are going to have some limited areas inside the new admin building. There's going to be a couple rooms that we'll be able to use. One is actually the boardroom. And I want to be able to host some programs and activities for the public, for the residents of Gateway. And I want to be able to make sure I hit all the age groups. You have your children, you have your active adults, and you have your seniors. So I kind of came up with a couple, I mean, the lecture series, obviously, that I'm having right now, I want to move it because it'll be a much comfortable, larger area over there. But for the fall, before the new fiscal year next year, I came up with wellness checks. So I talked to the South Trail Fire Department, and they kind of do wellness checks for any age group, really. They come over, they take their blood pressure, and they do it on a specific day. You can come in during that time. They do it right then and there. They'll do it for they'll have it open for 3-4 hours. And that's something I want to, and that's a freebie to the community because that doesn't cost us anything. Walk and run for wellness for your active adults. So Trailhead, we're going to have a parking area, obviously. Here, we'll walk out here, lines, come back, parks on the ground. So you we'll have, we're gonna put some benches. Take a break on the power lines along, they're gonna have the
That'd be
recycled
nice.
plastic. And I'll fill a garbage can. We do have dog stations out there now. So that gives the opportunity if you want to walk the dog, do that as well, as long as they're on the leash. So that's going to be another program. Chair yoga for seniors. These are kind of some simple ones that we can do, that I could do, get it started. Somebody teaches the class, and there might be 1 or 2 times a week. Lecture series we talked about. I'm working on a program right now. It's swimming lessons. So I have a lady that I saw was teaching swimming lessons, and I watched how she did it and everything, and I'm trying on with us. There's adults and children that need to learn how to swim. So this would be a good opportunity. She's great with kids. So it's another program I'm trying to throw out there. And then we have the farmers market. That starts over here in November. Once that is done over there, the farmers market will move over there.
Where would you put the farmer's market? In the parking lot?
In the parking lot, yeah. We'll put it in the parking lot. Probably, put it like side.
Right.
Probably on this side. over
Yep.
here.
Nice.
And people can park here.
That'd be great.
We're open, right on the main road. People see it. I think it's really good. It takes like 2 to 3 years to get the.
We're going to move it to Saturday morning so everyone could come, right?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm trying. Yep. It would be easy to do it on Saturday there. It's hard to
Yes,
do it on a Saturday.
it's
Here it
hard
is.
here
Yeah.
because sports, yeah.
But we don't have a whole lot of land to play with, so that's
Yep.
why it'd be good on the other side. And then in 2027, we'll continue the lecture series, Lee Health. They have like hundreds of different lectures that people like to learn about different things, about their health and well-being, financial as well. So, and then we have do the chair yoga, walk, run, stretching, maybe a stretching flexibility program. People need that nowadays. And then the bocce will move from here over to the new bocce courts. And then we also looked at like a learn to play 3-on-3 for the little elementary school kids. I'm trying to get the charter school, some of the people to some of the volunteers, seniors, juniors and seniors, to help me out with that program. So,
Very cool.
are you guys good with that?
I think it's
Sounds
great.
great. Just one other thing I'll add, Carrie, you had a program here last year, I think it was a gal from the Lee County Sheriff's Office came in, I can't even remember the topic, but she also did self-defense classes. So since we're going to have one of them at that other building, maybe that's another program that we could offer, once or twice a year. Safety, something like that, something in the realm of safety awareness.
I do need to backtrack. We need to go forth and make a recommendation for the first one we talked about, and then to go forward to the board. And then we need to also approval for the second one here as well. So,
So we need to go back to the.
residents,
Access, that one?
non-residents, yes. Programs offered to Gateway residents and non-residents. So something like, you want to continue programs for residents at the new facility as well as here at the other Parks and Rec facilities for either a no cost, a minimal fee, depending on the type of program. And then for non-residents, you would have a little bit, a higher fee.
A little higher fee, yeah.
Yes.
So you need a motion for that?
I need a motion for that.
I'll make the motion for that. This is Tamara Zahn.
You get to say it.
Oh, so I'll make a motion for continuing the programs at the new facility, and fee-based would be 0 to minimal for residents, and then a little bit higher fee for non-residents. Is that good?
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
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 All right, so let's talk about the next one.
you need another
Another
motion?
motion, yep.
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion to approve the fall 2026 and fall 2027 program review document to move forward. Second?
Second. Yep.
All in favor?
Aye.
That,
And then the third one, I had a lot of stuff here today.
hours.
Proposed hours. So of the commons facilities specifically.
Yeah.
Due to the fact that really all we have is the pool hours there. And that kind of adjusts based on the sunrise and sunset. So mainly, what we're going to do is discussion to propose hours for Parks and Recreation facilities once the Gateway Commons is completed and we are moving forward of having programs and activities and et cetera. We were reevaluating the current hours, park facility current hours, and then we're going to add Gateway Commons Park. Right now, the current park facilities have been mainly dawn to dusk, except for the pool and Sherman Soccer Complex. And the Sherman Soccer Complex, we really asked everybody, it closes at 6 unless you're in a program, like a soccer program, a flag football program. So we need to make an adjustment in the facility hours, and I will show you what I have up here. All right, there we go. So as it says that we're mainly open 7 days a week, 365 days a year, excluding observed holidays, district holidays. And for example, the pool is usually closed on Thanksgiving Day, Christmas Day, New Year's Day, but they're open otherwise. During the fall or during the winter time, the pool usually closes at 5 because it gets dark at a little, around 5:30. We have to close it at least 30 minutes prior to sunset. Same thing with sunrise, 30 minutes after sunrise, we open. We used to play with those hours every month by month by month. We don't do that anymore. That's just too. So I decided that we would do it like, it usually happens around 3, maybe 4 times a year, we make the adjustment. So, the soccer complex is 7 a.m. to about dusk, except league play and events. That stays the same. Dog park, usually if the sun's coming up later, it's dawn to dusk. That's primarily the same. That hasn't changed. Linear park is like 7 a.m. to dusk because you don't want to be back there after dusk because you might see some animals. But it's going to be now attached to the Gateway Commons Park. So that's kind of why we need to I thought about 7 a.m. the park, Gateway Commons opens at 7 and it closes at 7. So 7 to 7. It's open, 12 hours a day. You can get into the pickleball courts starting at 7:30. The paddle courts at 7:30, basketball courts at 7:30, and the Commons pool is usually around 7:30. It does go to 8, maybe later.
Do we have a noise problem with the pickleball opening at 7:30? No, that's okay.
So we're doing a sound. The police have come out. They're
And
doing
the
it, yeah.
decibel reading?
Yep, decibel reading. Their homes are very far away compared to what,
We started
Compared to
7:30
with them,
in Gateway
yeah.
Greens. Yeah.
and theirs are closer.
Looks
And
reasonable.
you guys
Yeah,
are
we have-
closer too, to
We're going
homes.
to put up some sound barrier stuff
Yep.
also. Trees.
So, yeah. So it's got a long way to, they went over, they heard the dozers, when they do back up, beep, beep, beep. Yeah, they heard that. That's all they heard. It was very faint, but they did hear it.
But these ending times should also be subject to time of the year as well, not just
Right.
days.
Well, yeah, for the most part,
If it gets dark,
Right, okay. So if we take this discussion to the pavilion that we proposed, right? We are going to have a lighted pathway. That's part of the thing.
right, and you got lighted courts.
Courts.
They can be open till 7.
Right. So
Your pool might be closed by then,
the pool might be closed by then, sure.
and
But-
your building might be closed, depending on, unless they're having a board meeting or something.
And of course, this is outside of any event that takes place.
Correct,
right?
yes.
Yeah. So, I think this is fine. Do you want approval on this now? So I'll make a motion to approve the hours for the facility in the upcoming, what is this, 365 days, right? Next year.
should there be a concern that neighbors may not want to hear pickleball at dinner time?
Well, we're not going to do
If
like
the
a.
decibel thing is
Yeah, if the decibel
already
thing comes
addressed,
back
I
like
think
it's okay, then,
Then it won't be a
Yeah.
problem.
And it's really in a remote place.
right.
They
it's
put
way
that
back
in that
there.
corner for a reason.
Yeah, for sure.
They
I
didn't
think
put-
they
as you
brought
can
a
tell, they didn't put it on the right
horticulturist
side over by the pond because it would bounce off,
Bounce off the sound.
and I am sure that Ed would have heard it.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the hours for the next year for the facilities.
I'll second it.
I approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, great. All right, is that the last thing?
Is that the last vote?
Who seconded?
Tamara?
Okay. Yeah, that's the last approval I'll need. I know you got to go.
Tamara,
Yep.
I think she could run. We still have quorum, so we could, right?
Yes, we still have a quorum. She can leave.
I-
So we have public comments. I see nobody. It's Carrie Runyon again. We have no public comments. We have member items and reports. Does anybody have anything?
No reports.
I'd like to make a comment.
Okay.
I came to the one earlier in the season, I can't think of the program we had now.
Red, white, and pool?
Yeah,
Red, white, and pool.
I was so amazed and impressed, and I wrote a note in Facebook about it, and I didn't know if that was legal or not, but I figured I'll apologize before I'll
Now, we appreciate you
not ask
coming.
for permission.
It was a great event.
But it was a great
Actually-
event. I was very impressed with it, and I wished I had been aware of stuff like that years ago here, because I have come up with an idea for Pelican Preserve, because we may not have kids, but we got a lot of grandkids that come in, and it's almost every week or so you see, what can I do with my grandkids? And I tried to promote, hey, you can go over here and do this. It's part of our community. And I will continue to do that. I wasn't around for the back-to-school program, but I
it
did
was
put
tough.
stuff in on Facebook on that, too. Somehow, I think I'm going to try very politely to see if the Pelican Residents Alliance would maybe put some of the stuff from Parks and Recreation that would pertain to kids that we could take grandkids to. I think it'd be a great thing for them, but that particular group has not been really open to anything CDD.
Well,
Very politically correct.
yes. Well,
That was very politically correct.
yes. We have the Winterfest that's going to be on December 6th. That is our biggest, that's the big show. So that's a lot of planning, and there's going to be a lot of elementary, middle, and high school kids singing acts. It's very cute. I'm trying to get the band back because I thought that was the coolest thing. I don't know. When you see
Who's
a
the
band,
band?
Gateway High School.
Yeah, marching band.
Marching band. When you
was
have a
great.
marching, don't that make, it makes you feel
Yes,
good,
it's
you know, when you
phenomenal.
hear it coming
You're
in.
talking to the guy who was the head drummer in the high
There you
school
go.
marching
See, you
band.
know what I'm talking about.
And,
So,
But that's why I don't remember what happened down at the Jersey Shore. So I was also playing drums.
well, it's one of our bigger ones, and we're going to do a lot of the similar things that we did last year. I will have a couple new things. We're going to have a little different food as well. So, but people do very well there, and the kids have a blast. And we had grandparents, parents. It didn't matter. They had a ball. So
For me,
was
I
the
like to
turnout
come
last
see
year, do we
kids
know?
have fun.
we had about 1,200 people come through there.
So good.
That's probably one of the biggest ones, yeah. And it was
I have a
just,
set of drums for sale if anybody would like a professional set for $1,000 or so. The
Don't,
cymbals are worth
I will
$1,000.
Don't say
continue,
that.
I will continue,
My wife
Joe,
will
to
divorce
send
me.
you the flyers so that you see them up front, okay? And I will send all you guys the flyers so that you have them as well, okay?
How was the back to school? I'm sorry I
Well,
missed that.
let me just tell you what, a little bit,
But it was canceled, honestly. 'cause of the
well,
weather.
I didn't cancel it till 1 o'clock, just for the fact that the vendors came. It looked like the skies were going to come back open. People did come. We had about 25 people. I did have a rolling video game trailer that to people to get out of the heat and into air conditioning, and it kind of helped because they were right there, and a lot of people just went into that until the rain stopped. So we kind of waited and waited and waited. I waited till 1. I thought it was going to clear. It was all sun. It was like, oh, we're all excited. And then we just all let loose. So it's a tough time of year to do something, but I thought we would try. But we had Lee Health there. We had Humana. We've had the food vendors were there. Girl Scouts were there selling hot dogs and stuff. They're going to come back, and they're going to do that again. So I just enjoyed it just because it was a good music. We had volleyball set up for everybody, and I know. So some people played volleyball, and then the lightning just,
Yeah, that's,
that was it.
One comment, when I went to the pool, it was the first time I was there.
Yeah.
The first impression I got was, wow, this is a really nice pool. The next impression was, there's no trees. And I thought to myself, when I was a kid growing up, now I grew up outside of Philadelphia, but we actually built, the community pool was built when I was about 12, I guess. And it was on an estate that had been abandoned, but there were big, old, huge oak trees. And I hate to say this, but George Washington actually slept in the building, and they were going to try to rebuild that, and they decided it was not possible. But the oak trees they kept, and that was fabulously, it was beautiful, and people could get in the shade that wanted to be in the shade, and those that wanted the sun had sun. And I thought, it'd be nice to have some palm trees, at least around the fence line.
They used to have them. They had them. But they cut them, most of them down before you got there.
Yeah, before.
Well, I started thinking
Maybe
there may
20
have been
of
a
them.
reason why there weren't any, but I thought, boy, the sun down here beats on you like crazy.
it's hot.
The
And
reason they wanted to cut them down had to do with maintenance on the pool, because everything fell into the pool. So it makes sense, but I agree with
yeah,
you.
but they were,
Be
the
nice-
fence is 40, 50 feet back from the
Be really
pool.
nice to have some trees.
Would be. Oh,
That's my comment.
Okay.
Joe, I'm glad you made it to the pool.
Yes, it was very
Was that was your first time,
great.
right?
It was, and I was very excited about it, and I wanted to just let you all know that
We appreciate it.
my wife and I both took the time to go over, and we introduced ourselves to
Yes.
people, and
It was really
and
good
then
to
we
see.
looked for some shade, and
You found it. You
And
found
we all
it.
sweat
yeah,
together.
we did.
We all smelled together. It was
Oh,
great.
wow.
I'll tell you what I really liked also was the kids that were there volunteering their time
Oh,
to park
wow.
us.
Yeah.
And that was fantastic.
Winterfest, there's a ton of them.
The next
It's
level
great.
church.
It's really good. Yeah, it's
Yes,
really good.
that was wonderful. Lots of good things went on there, from my
Right.
point.
Everybody was happy, and that's what it's supposed to be. Everybody put everything behind you, all the negative, and then we concentrate on having fun and enjoying ourselves.
There were great things to do.
Yeah.
I mean, when do you get to throw a hatchet?
Right, exactly.
All right, do
Wasn't
we,
allowed.
if you, anything on the next agenda meeting?
I think,
I'm sure I'll have a few things, but
yeah, not right now. We do need to get access back to that document so we could start tracking again, but I think we're good.
log,
Yep. And
you're going to take care of that?
I'll take ownership of that.
Okay.
I know we're a long ways from it, but I just want to voice a concern again about, we have to think about security. I
And
wish I
staffing.
didn't have to, but,
It's part of it.
And staffing too.
and staffing for sure.
That's all I have.
We're meeting at one, unless
That being
we're told
said-
differently, we'll meet at
1:30.
1:30.
Yes, always.
Yeah, we have the next meeting scheduled, right, for the 1st October?
Yes.
First Tuesday in October, which is,
7th?
yes, at
October 7th.
1:30, October 7th. It's already in, so we're all set there. With that, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Seconds, all in favor?
Aye.
We're all set. Thank you, folks.
By the way,